CMMS Radio talks about all things CMMS, computerized maintenance management software, focused on maintenance management. It's the people, the process, and the culture that make your CMMS journey a success. All right, so we are at Streamline Asset Management User Conference in Grenville, South Carolina. We're going to talk to Bruce Bowditch, and he is with Hexagon Leica Geosystems. All right, very cool. So first of all, what is this thing all about here? Tell me all about it.
Good question. Not a problem. I'm more than happy to, Greg. Thanks. Our products is reality capture, 3D laser scanning. We have many different sensors from tripod base to mobile systems. This is a mobile system. It's called a BLK ARC, ARC for autonomous reality capture. So what this is doing is we partner with Boston Dynamics in this case, and it's actually 3D mapping. So tomorrow I'll go out and map the whole courtyard. I can map inside here in a matter of minutes. Let's put it into millions and millions of points, what's called a point cloud in the industry. And how they're using this in the industry is many different softwares will use this, and then you can extract information, you can model data for engineers, the operators, their whole digital twin can be accessed immediately by many, many people. So,
would this then feed data right directly into the EAM or a CMMS?
Correct. That is correct. We have a plugin right now called TrueView, and that's kind of the go-to. We're actually working in the process of doing a more smoother, easy flow right into EAM. So absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for this soundbite. We're going to get more, man, and welcome to Grenville. Welcome to Streamline.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Greg. Thanks much, man.
All right, we're going to watch this little monster dance around. It's Alex Bolin right there. There it is. There's your demo.
They're looking for this to do all their work for them?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I think they become more vigilant now.
So what I'm after is when we bring in technology into our maintenance operations environment, we sometimes think of a set it and forget it kind of mentality.
Oh, I see what you're going.
Do you ever find that to be the case with this advanced technology that's very expensive where you'll get a little bit lazy about it?
I haven't.
I don't think so. I think what happens is they become even that much more vigilant, right? Because they have more data, they have more information. Now I can make more informed decisions, which makes me even that much better.
Nice. I like that. Now, what kind of organizations should be looking at this if they're early in the stages? What should they be considering?
I mean, every organization can be looking at this from construction, from cradle to grave, because it's applicable in all of those, right? So when you're doing construction, you can start to understand, what am I building? What is my construction progress? I can measure this against my schedule. Is everything going in as I planned? Because as we know, there's going to be field routed things, things that are going to happen in the field that does not happen on the drawing board. We can now track all this. Now once you're up and running, we can use it in maintenance and operations for continued operation and success of the plant. And if the plant does happen to shut down, or if you're shutting down a facility somewhere else, we can go in and understand what has to be shut down, what assets do we have there, what assets can we actually recycle. Now we're starting to get into sustainability, which is very huge for the world right now.
And the biggest ROI out of the gate is safety, especially for any plants. I mean, you don't have to measure scaffolding, you don't have to get a skylift. If it's a piece of piping they have to cut out and measure for maintenance, this reaches most lengths, and it's capturing everything fast, safe. That's actually one of the best ROI into an owner-operator. So
yeah, you're definitely going to see an upside quick, and I think safety is one of the number one kind of reflections of how your reliability programs are working, because if you're reliable, you're naturally going to be safe. And I wanted to ask kind of a weird question. Has any of this technology ever been used in, say, recovery type operations or post-disaster assessment and cleanup? Can you talk about that?
it has. Matter of fact, in this type of platform, we have used that. We do use our RTC that you see on there, and actually to be okay to fly in more, whether it's post-incident, fire incident. Insurance companies are now starting to get on board with this. They're capturing the as-is. There's stops of finger pointing. It's like, yeah, this is really what took place after the case. You're documenting everything, and it doesn't miss a beat. So there's no more, hey, we forgot to get this, we got to go back to the site, the project. So yes, after the fact, it's definitely a great tool for that.
All right, gentlemen, thanks for this soundbite. We'll get some more over the next couple of days. That's it, everybody, from Streamline out in Grenville, South Carolina. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're at Streamline Asset Management User Conference. Expo Hall's open. People are chopping it up, talking shop. Just doing a little walk around here. You might remember this guy, Jerome. I met him way back at Reliable Plant in Orlando. Jerome, say hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, man. So I want to learn more about who you guys are and what you do. Just stay in there.
Stay over here? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a camera?
Yeah, there's a camera. There's a mic, too.
Well, Visual K is a partner of ours. At Verison, we are all about leveraging AI. That's specifically trained on MRO inventory to optimize right-size inventory. We find clients with hundreds of thousands of unique materials and tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars tied up in inventory. We want to make sure it's right-sized, and we use AI to do that.
Nice. So I see here you definitely work with Hexagon EAM, and do you also get involved when teams that are bringing in this technology are kind of struggling to adopt the technology, and how do you help with that?
Sure, we do, and that's where we would leverage Visual K, for example. They're going to help with the processes and those things. We're purely software and making sure our customers are adopting that software and happy with it, but if there are process improvements, changes like that, that's where we would lean on Visual K to help actually provide support, but to map out processes and drive improvement.
Right on. So being here at Streamline, we're in Grenville. Have you sat in on any sessions yet? And if so, what have you learned, or what are you hearing from people that is kind of a struggle for them right now?
That's a great question, but I have I have not been able to sit in on any sessions yet. We've got partners here, and so there's been a lot of dialogue and strategizing, if you will.
So you've got a pretty extensive background when it comes to asset management. You've been around maintenance and reliability professionals, but now you're in kind of this new situation where you're really heavily focused on what you're doing with the AI. So what excites you more about that, like as a new adventure for you throughout this industry?
Sure, that's a very fair, good, great question. So historically, one of the challenges doesn't matter what industry I was in or what client I was working with in reliability and maintenance, their data was always a mess. And I say that, I'll take the blame as well. My data was always a mess, right? So leveraging AI to gain those insights into what that material actually is with horrible descriptions. I mean, you take an average EAM or even ERP and search the word valve, just valve. You're going to get like 20 results, 20 different material IDs named valve with no other further description. Leveraging AI, the purchase history, supplier numbers, manufacturer part numbers, all of that stuff can be scraped with AI to say, oh, that's actually a ball valve with these dimensions and this material of construction. So seeing AI overcome the data issues, to me, is kind of magical.
Yeah. I agree, and that's kind of what I wanted to hear, and I wanted to hear it from you, because if I try to say that, I don't understand it at that depth. So I want to thank you for spending a little bit of time on CMMS Radio.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah. You too, man. Thanks, brother.
Want to do a soundbite?
I might wait for another gentleman to come down and do it.
All right, no problem. Some of it will be B-roll anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, no biggie. Just a little extra stuff for us to get the word out after the conference. There she is. I told you I'm going to get you.
I need like 2 Manhattans if you want to get me.
All right, we're gonna do a late night episode. Allied Reliability.
They gave me like the worst time slot. Thursday afternoon.
There's the podcast setup.
Not gonna be any.
No? You could say hi. Real quick, we're going to say hi to Amelia, and she is with Allied Reliability. How you doing, Amelia?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Have you gone to any of the learning sessions or keynotes, any of that?
I have not, but I plan to. Well, I'm newer to the industry, about 4 years compared to a lot of the people that I meet. And it's always interesting to hear about another vertical or another role within the same industry that people do that I never even thought of before. I think that's always interesting.
So you kind of get to learn while you're also finding opportunities to help.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously, connecting with people on another level when you go one layer deeper, and then you get to see them outside of the booth area and you know a little bit about them, and then you see them the next year at another show, like you and I, for example. So that's always the fun part of it to me.
Awesome. I hope we get another soundbite later, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's hang out. I'll find you.
Yeah.
How you doing, Phil?
What's happening?
Just getting some B-roll, some sound bites. You're on there, dude. Hey, you want to give a soundbite to CMMS Radio about what you want to give a soundbite to CMMS Radio about what you love about the Streamline Asset Management User Conference?
Yeah, it's just a great opportunity to meet a bunch of new folks that aren't Maximo.
All right. That was kind of a dig, huh? What's been going on so far? What's your favorite part, like as far as keynotes or anything like that?
So I haven't been to any of the keynote speakers yet, but just the folks that I've met here, really entrenched in the product. So great user adoption. They're really pulling all the tools and technology together. So it works well for somebody like us, who that's what we do, right? We teach, we train, we configure, we do everything Hexagon. So it gives us an opportunity to meet some new folks, do some new business.
So for me, one of the things I like about that is people struggle with these big monstrous systems, and you guys step in to help make sense of all that. Is that a good way to describe it?
100%, right? So small bites of the apple, right? So we got to learn to crawl before we walk. So help them get it configured correctly, get those basic reports generating, get good business decisions getting made, and then add technology, add next application, add whatever that integration, right? Mobility, whatever, APM, and then just keep stepping, progress. Right?
Do you have an opinion on where someone should be in their maintenance maturity level to take on APM strategies?
Yeah, APM strategy, that's a great question. not too elementary, right? So you have to have a couple key elements, right? Good core fundamental data, right? You have to have a good master asset list. You have to understand what asset criticality is, what's important to you and your business. Once you have those things in place, then you can start to really leverage an APM software to make sure that your PM program is robust enough or not overly robust, and you can start to trend your data. You can start to exclude anomalies and get a lot more predictive, prescriptive, right? So that's really where that APM sweet spot is. It's for folks that have a maintenance program, but they don't have a really senior maintenance program. So somewhere right in that middle.
I like it. That's Jason Smith with ABS Consulting. And hey, man, we're going to see you over at Reliable Plant later this year, right?
Mark on next week. Reliable Plant in June. That's right. That's right.
All right. Thanks for this soundbite.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
That is not a CMMS radio cap. That is a DigitalThinker cap. Why? Just got back from the Streamline Asset Management User Conference down in Grenville, South Carolina. That was all week last week. What a blast. Complete class act. Love the way you put this show together. Alex Bolin, you and your team are phenomenal. And I really want to shout out all the different sponsors of the event, but a special shout out to Reliability X. George Williams, Angelica Williams, and Dan Anderson. Had a blast hanging out with you. George, thanks for setting up that rig for me so I could do all the podcasting. We're going to get those episodes out pretty soon. Takes a little bit of time, but let's get into all these different shout outs. First off the top, Hexagon EAM. Hexagon is the main sponsor of this event. Everybody was awesome. I had so many great conversations. We had a nice little handful of episodes from some of your team members as well, and then we got a few more that we're going to be hooking up with. I know later on this year in June, you've got Hexagon Live coming up. That's going to be out in Las Vegas, so hope a lot of people can attend that and learn from you and your team. I also want to shout out ABS Consulting, 21 Tech, Allied Reliability, Camcode Durable Barcode Solutions. They do barcodes that are designed to really last 25, 30 years. That's important because we know when you label your assets, those things fall apart pretty quick, dirty environments, etc. EAM Solutions, Stratum Consulting Partners, Elevotech. I got a couple of episodes with Elevotech. That was really fun. Visual K, Verison, and Tech Wheelhouse. Now, if you want to exhibit and sponsor this event for 2026, get a hold of Alex Bolin or his team at DigitalThinker. You can also get in touch with me. I'm happy to help you with that. The best thing about this year was the theme was community. And what we mean by that is it's not a selling event. It's to come together, learn, talk about old challenges, new solutions, old solutions where you're going back to the basics. Everybody really gets it at this conference. So I really do encourage people to attend. Reach out to me, reach out to Alex Bolin and his team at DigitalThinker. Let's get you there for 2026. Did you find this episode helpful? Please send us some feedback, suggest a topic, or ask a question. Reach out to CMMS Radio if you need a co-pilot on your CMMS project. Visit CMMSradio.com and use the What's on Your Mind link. Thank you for tuning in to CMMS Radio, your resource for all things CMMS from selection to implementation to help you make better choices, learn from industry experts, and have a successful CMMS journey.